What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Pitchside with Parker. We are approaching the final weekend of all the domestic seasons across Europe, and there is so much on the line this weekend. So in today's video, I will be telling you the 4 most important games to watch this weekend so you can know what will happen, who will win the leagues, who will finish top 4, who even might get relegated. I'll give you all the information you need to know, how things look in the league table, where you can watch these games, what time. All that will be coming later in the video. You can skip down to the part where it says in the timestamps below if you're looking for a specific league. But for now, I just want to say happy Friday to everybody. It's been a minute since I made one of these videos. It is Footy Friday. It's one of my favorite days of the week, and it's a day where, if you're new to these videos, I like to sit down, first have a check-in with everybody, and then just look forward to what we can watch this weekend. So first things first, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you've had a good week. For the 9-to-5ers out there, man, we made it. We made it to the weekend. So much to look forward to. We made it through another week, and no matter how it went, you can at least be happy about that, and you deserve a pat on the back. So do that for yourself, and then hit the like button right after, okay? We got to do those 2 things before we get started. But yeah, man, as this week is winding down, so are the domestic leagues. It has been quite a long season, which I think really hit me the past few weeks, just how exhausting covering this entire year has been. But at the same time, it's also really not going to be that long until there is a ton of exciting stuff happening this summer as well. I mean, it's going to be a summer of soccer. We got the Euros coming up. We got Copa America. We got the CONCACAF Nations League, which is a new tournament that USA will be participating in. US women's team will be headed to the Olympics, of course. And they got some friendlies before that. So does the men's team. I mean, it's going to be packed this summer. And what I can tell y'all right now is that, especially for the Euros, I am going to be putting out a lot of content. I'm going to try to do group by group previews, as well as some other little videos here and there as well. And I am hoping to do a preview for Copa America as well. And when I can, I'll be trying to cover and touch on the US friendlies and some of the happenings around both the men's and women's international teams this summer too. Definitely look forward to those previews and make sure you have post notifications turned on, because I know it's been a little slow recently, but I am going to put out a lot of content for the Euros. So just be excited about that. Help me support the channel. You know, it's going to be a big push to get all these previews done, and your support would mean a lot to me. So look forward to it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. As always, y'all, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We are on that road to 500 subscribers. It's coming very soon, and there will be a giveaway once we get there. So subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on the post notifications, and drop a like on the video before we even get started, because that's what we do on this channel. So let's get into the 4 games that you need to watch this weekend. And we're going to start in La Liga. There's only 2 out of the top 5 leagues in Europe where all 3 of the title, the European places, and the relegation spots are up for grabs, and La Liga is one of them. So the game you have to watch in La Liga this weekend is Valladolid at home to Atletico Madrid. The pattern you're going to see through these games I picked this weekend is that I'm picking games where the result of the game will directly benefit one of the teams. They won't have to wait and see what another team does or what another team does not do. And in this game, Atletico Madrid, it's very simple. If they win this game against relegation place Valladolid, they will win the La Liga title. It's been a long and up and down season for Atletico, but across the campaign, they have been very impressive. They've let their massive lead tighten over the last few weeks, and Real Madrid are the main team that has closed the gap. Real Madrid will play Villarreal this weekend, and Real Madrid would need to win and have Atletico either lose or draw against Valladolid, and they would take home the title. But this isn't quite as easy as you may think. Yes, Valladolid are near the bottom of the table, but that's why this is interesting. Valladolid are at home, so that will certainly help them a bit, and they're fighting for their lives in La Liga. There's 4 teams that all have a chance to get relegated: Huesca, Elche, Valladolid, and Eibar. Valladolid currently sitting in 19th, so this is a must-win game for them. And if they were able to pull out 3 points against Atleti, it would give them a huge boost in terms of being able to climb out of that relegation place. So this is definitely the game to watch. There will be several La Liga games going on all at the same time, Saturday at noon Eastern time. You will have to pay to watch these games. You could watch them on Fanati's or through Sling if you have the BN subscription. And hey, if you haven't used your 1 week free trial, this is the time to do it, because you'll be able to watch all these games at once if you want to, on different devices, on different screens. Worth noting as well that in the Real Madrid versus Villarreal game is another game where both teams have a lot to play for, because as I said, Real Madrid could still win the league if Atletico drop points, and Villarreal are fighting for a Europa League place as well. So that game will definitely be interesting as well. It's also on Fanati's and definitely worth keeping an eye on, but Atletico is the game to watch. So next we'll talk about the Premier League. Now the title's been decided for a long time. Congratulations to Manchester City, and the bottom three are far and away below everybody else. But the top four and even the top 6 or 7 are all still in contention, but I'm going to focus on the top 4. And the game you need to watch is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Yes, I know that 5th place Leicester are taking on 7th place Tottenham, and it might be a better game than this one, but Leicester are in an unfortunate position right now after their loss to Chelsea in the midweek, that they are not in control of their own destiny. Liverpool are, and so that's why I'm choosing them for this game. So are Chelsea. Chelsea also with a win would guarantee top 4. Same deal for Liverpool. If they win, they are in. It's that simple, because they have the goal difference over Leicester City. And another reason that I wanted to pinpoint this game in particular to watch is that it's at Anfield. Seeing the fans return to the grounds last weekend throughout the Premier League and across Europe, it was really reinvigorating. And Anfield has missed out on a lot of really special moments with this Liverpool team, going all the way back to the very beginning of the pandemic, to fans not being in the ground whenever Liverpool actually claimed the title last year. They've missed out on a lot, and I think they are going to be rearing to go. Yes, it's not how they wanted the season to go, but I think most Liverpool fans would tell you that given the circumstances and given where they were a few weeks ago, to finish 4th in this campaign and to get that Champions League spot would be a pretty big victory for them. And now all they have to do is beat Crystal Palace. Yes, it will be Roy Hodgson's last game, so maybe he has one last rabbit to pull out of his hat, but I mean, Arsenal beat Crystal Palace this week, so it shouldn't be the hardest of work. I would expect Liverpool to win the game, and I would expect it to be absolute scenes at Anfield. So I would say this is the game to watch. It's going to be on NBC. It's also going to be on Peacock. So all the Premier League games, you can watch them individually on Peacock. A few will also be on TV. But the most important thing this weekend for people who maybe don't have that Peacock subscription, as I advise strongly against in one of my previous videos, you can watch something called Goal Rush that they're doing this weekend. I haven't seen them do it before, but basically they'll bounce around between all the games, and it's completely free. You just sign up with a free Peacock account and you can watch it this weekend. So take note of that. If you don't have an account, that might be the best thing to do. That way you can also keep an eye on the Leicester and Tottenham game. You can also keep an eye on the Chelsea-Aston Villa game, which both are decent games to watch as well. But because of how I think this atmosphere will be and the fact that it's winning you're in for Liverpool, I'm choosing this game as the one you need to watch in the Premier League. And all those games are at 11 a.m. on Sunday, kicking off at the same time. Let's bounce over to Italy. And in Italy, it's much like the Premier League. The title has been long accomplished by Inter Milan, but the top 4 is hot. Basically, there's 3 teams competing for 2 spots, and the game you need to watch in Serie A this weekend is Atalanta versus AC Milan. That will be at 2:45 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, and all of the Serie A games will be available on ESPN Plus, which is a paid subscription. But as I said with the other ones, if you haven't tried a free trial yet, now's definitely the weekend to do it. And it's a great subscription, so I would recommend it anyway. So Atalanta, by virtue of tiebreakers and goal difference, are actually safe here. They will finish in the top 4 no matter what the result of this game is, but it's winning you're in for Milan. If they get all 3 points here, they will guarantee a top 4 spot, so that's why I'm picking this game. The other 2 teams in contention for top 4 are Napoli and Juventus. As you can see in the table, Milan and Napoli have a slight advantage over Juventus in points, and Juventus really are on the outside looking in here because the way Serie A does tiebreakers is on head-to-head, and Juventus do not have the tiebreaker against any of the 3 teams above them. They don't have it against Atalanta. They don't have it against Napoli. They don't have it against AC Milan. So that leaves Juventus in a situation where they have to win the game and they have to not be tied with Milan or Napoli. In other words, they need to win and they need one of those teams to either lose or draw. It's not too much to ask for, but it does require some help for them. And Juventus will be playing Bologna. Napoli will be playing Hellas Verona. Those are both mid-table teams, so you would kind of expect both teams to win. If Napoli does manage to win and Milan manages to win, they will both be in. Juventus will be out. I'm also very curious to see how this could affect Andrea Pirlo's job security at Juventus. I mean, they did win the Coppa Italia on Wednesday by beating Atalanta 2-1. And you could tell how big of a relief and how big of a moment that was for Pirlo at the final whistle. But in my opinion, even if they did manage a Champions League spot, I would say it's still disappointing for Juventus after 9 straight Scudettos to finish 4th. And definitely if they don't make the Champions League and they finish 5th, I think he's got to be gone for sure. But I'm curious to see how that works out. Finally, we get to France. Ligue 1 is the other league besides La Liga where all of the title, the European spots, and the relegation spots are all up for grabs. But the game you need to watch is Lille going away to Angers. Lille are the league leaders right now, and if they win this game, they will win the championship. It's that simple. They would become the first team since Monaco in 2016-2017 to take a title away from PSG. All the Ligue 1 games will kick off simultaneously at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And the very cool thing about this Lille versus Angers game is that it will be free on beIN Sports Extra. So if you go to Fanati's, you can create a free account and you could watch this game without signing up for the subscription. Also, if you use Pluto TV, just Google Pluto TV, you can watch the beIN Sports Extra channel and you should be able to see this game at 3 p.m. on Sunday. However, all the other games, including if you want to watch PSG, those would be behind the paywall on Fanati's or through beIN. So as I said, for Lille, it's very simple. If they win this game, they will be champions. If they lose or if they draw, and if PSG beat Brest, which they probably will, then PSG will be the champions. Now, there is a absolutely wild scenario where Monaco could actually win the title. It's going to require a lot of help, though. They would need both PSG and Lille to lose their games, and they would have to make up 6 in the goal difference, which is pretty unlikely. But if they won by 4 and Lille managed to lose by 2, then they could accomplish that. But it's definitely a pipe dream at best. And as you look down one more place to the Champions League spots, Lyon is kind of sitting here like, hey guys, we'd love to be involved. Lyon can't win the title, but if they win and if Monaco drop points, Lyon could at least get a Champions League spot and knock Monaco out. If you need any more evidence of how tight this title race is, there are multiple scenarios in which Lyon could finish 1 point off the title and still finish 4th and miss out on Champions League, which would just be downright evil for them. But yeah, safe to say that there's a lot to play for at the top. However, there's also a lot to play for at the bottom because there are 5 different teams that could potentially fall into the relegation playoffs. One of those teams is Brest, who's playing against PSG, and so that is another game to maybe keep your eye on aside from Lille and Angers, because PSG, although they were likely to win that game, the goal difference may come into play as to whether Brest could potentially end up in that relegation playoff or not. As I said, 5 different teams fighting for it. You can see them here in the table. It will be crazy. And worth keeping an eye on, Lorient plays against Strasbourg. So that will be a relegation 6-pointer to say the least. And if you're looking for, kind of an off the path game to watch, and maybe those games at the top are looking decided, that will definitely be one to keep an eye on as well, because the winner of that game pretty much is guaranteed to be safe. Anyway, that wraps up the 4 games you need to watch this weekend. To recap, Atletico away to Valladolid with a chance to win the title. Liverpool at home to Palace with a chance to win top 4. Atalanta versus Milan, with Milan needing a win to secure top 4. And Lille versus Angers with a title on the line as well. And hey, if all of that wasn't enough, Sunday night at 6 o'clock, you could tune into the Cascadia Derby in the NWSL and check out Portland versus OL Reign as a little nightcap on Sunday. I will definitely be watching that. I would encourage you to watch it as well. The bottom line, there's going to be a ton to watch this weekend and so much to play for. It should be competitive, should be dramatic, it should be exciting. And now you know everything that you need to know. heading into the weekend. So if you got anything out of this video, if you enjoyed it, or if you just forgot, smash that like button before you go, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Be sure to turn on the post notifications as well. Euro previews will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. And of course, happy Friday to everybody, and I hope you have a great weekend. But that's gonna be all from me. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.